LA Chargers coming away with a win in style in Carolina. Let's talk about it here on Charger Syndicate. What is going on, you guys? Jake Silva here on Charger Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news and so much more. If you guys have not done so yet, I encourage all of you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. We are hitting our goals right now, and we want to hit them even more all throughout this entire NFL season for your Los Angeles Chargers. So we are basically recapping a bit with a reaction and a victory kind of feeling here with the Los Angeles Chargers downing and pounding the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, beating them 26-3. The LA Chargers are continuing this ride with Jim Harbaugh and really showing off more of that physicality game that he's bringing up to the table. The Chargers looked absolutely dominant against the Carolina Panthers in multiple ways. And so to kind of break this down in short spurts, where the Chargers, we know, needed to open up a bit more of the pass game, but Justin Herbert, even in 20 attempts, he completed the 14 with 130 passing yards, 6.5 yards per play on the pass, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception, and with a rating of at least 100. So Justin Herbert, we know, it kind of looked like he was a little bit limping there at least towards the tail end of the game. However, though, there's going to be another video explaining about the severity up and in the injury, but I don't think it'll be something that is nearly significant. But we know that Justin Herbert in back-to-back games where he has not passed a whole lot, but he has been doing situational passing that has been helping the Chargers to get them into good field position, get them in positions to end up scoring. And that's initially with what Jim Harbaugh does, looking out for his quarterback, giving him a developed run game that really helps him out the most. And J.K. Dobbins, by the way, in 2 weeks already, 266 rushing yards since returning from a bunch of the injuries. He is on the road to an amazing journey back into the NFL. J.K. Dobbins looked amazing against the Panthers with a fact of 17 carries, 131 rushing yards. With 1 rushing touchdown in the middle of it with that front flip into the end zone. What a play for him. I think initially the Chargers run game is looking consistent. It is clicking on all cylinders. And I think for what we will look at for the Chargers come the up and coming week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is where the run game has to consistently work and really work on the favor, especially against an opponent that knows how to stop the run better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. But J.K. Dobbins, for the moment, run game looked consistent. He has not slowed down after week 1 against the Las Vegas Raiders. And so coming into Carolina and really giving them a serious pounding is one that the Chargers look to hope that the run game will stay consistent going into week 3. And initially for the defense, this Chargers team held the Panthers to 3 points, but all through and through, the Chargers defensively was giving a lot of the fits to the point where now Bryce Young is officially benched and they are going to go with Andy Dalton up and in the backup. Now, for the Chargers defensively, they've held the passing to 69 yards in the game and rushing to at least 90, even though there was a couple of the spurts where Chuba Hubbard was getting open looks and was getting at least some quality rushes all the way through it, but held the team to where they only had 7 first downs all the way out of the 46 total plays that they had, held the team to 159 total yards. This defense looks absolutely legit. And with Jesse Minter and company putting together a very good clutch yet physical kind of defense is one thing that we hope that next week against Justin Fields and that kind of offense, the Chargers will continue to piggyback up on this amazing defense and guys that are making up some great plays, especially like Elijah Molden with the interception that he had against Bryce Young. Joey Bosa coming in with a big-time sack. Denzel Perryman getting involved. Multiple pressures left and right that the Chargers really would like to keep on rolling against the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Now, I think at the end of it, Carolina was kind of the opponent that the Chargers could get at least a little bit of breathing room after that tremendous, classic trench warfare bloodbath that they had against the Las Vegas Raiders, winning that game 22-10. But I think coming into that game, the Chargers, we knew, could they capitalize the same way that they did against the Raiders previously? And could there be some things to adjust, especially up and on the pass game? This way, the way the Chargers ended up playing up on it, rush stayed consistent, defense continued to play shutdown. But the only thing that was the takeaway, pass game somewhat was opened up. And with the impact of Quentin Johnston with 51 receiving yards and with 2 receiving touchdown catches as well from Justin Herbert, is one that you are excited and happy to see that Quentin Johnston is finally getting involved. I think the big takeaway going into potentially next week for the Pittsburgh Steelers is the Chargers have to open up a bit more of the pass game, but it's not going to be as easy this time as they go back into a trench warfare type of game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But hopefully they can open up a little more of the pass game. Justin Herbert, as we've said before, had a bit of that injury, a little bit shaken up, but hopefully it's not something too serious, but something that we could at the very least get the ball rolling for this Chargers offense to stay consistent and continue to rely upon that run game. The big other takeaway of it as well, can the defense continue to shut down against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and especially with the way that it's been playing already in 2 weeks and only giving up 6.5 points per opponent? You hope that you see that same similar result against this kind of Steelers defense that they do not back down from a fight. They're going to continue to fight on, and especially with that heavy reliance on that defense that the Steelers love with TJ Watt and company. And the other thing is the offensive line. 2 of the best tackles right now in football with Rashawn Slater and with Joe Alt. Can both of those guys continue to give great pass protection, and not to mention give at least the best run block protection for J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards and company for this team to try to potentially steamroll the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially when Joe Alt, he's gone up against Max Crosby and now having to go up against a TJ Watt kind of caliber player. That's going to be one that's going to be the battle of the century from there. So can Joe Alt, the rookie, end up continuing that? And along with Rashawn Slater as both of the best elite tackles right now in the league is something that's going to be yet to come. Absolutely happy with the win, but I know that they're going to be back in the trenches again, because for back-to-back weeks between Pittsburgh and Kansas City, there's something to be said about this. And can this type of legit team keep that train rolling and get them into the best spot possible for them to come away with a W against the Pittsburgh Steelers? But at the end, happy for the win. Now we got to go back in the trenches and we got to play some hard-nosed football. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Show off your high voltage in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Keep you up to date on future and past videos. Jake Silva signing off, and we'll see you guys on the next video of Charger Syndicate. Hold up, guys, let's keep that train rolling.